I would say that's definitely something that's worrying me. Today we woke up to some good news. So I'm gonna make breadsticks, feeling like I want to have a treat for breakfast. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I'm gonna answer some questions. 4 days ago, we heard that we won 3 tickets for 21. And that would be great news in any scenario. We didn't know how raffles worked. And the raffle was asking us to have the money in the account close to the end of the month. So I called a friend of mine that lives in Spain and I said, I promise you, this is not a scam. Can you lend me money? So my friend was able to transfer the money. We have an account. It got to me. I was able to enter the raffle. So as soon as I click the submit for my credit card information, the amount is debited from my account. Fast forward until I lost that. Immediately, the webpage suggested me to enter another raffle for like a second release of the tickets, which is the one that we won. By the time that we won that, the money went back to my account. I didn't understand what was happening because initially it would draw it, but the second time it didn't. When we won these tickets Saturday, 4 days ago, I canceled the remaining lottery that we had entered because, I have the tickets. I don't care, to have more. I don't want to hoard the tickets. I want everybody to get the chance to see 21 or as much, as many people as possible. So I canceled those tickets and the money was refunded instantly to my account, but I still had the original money for the tickets that we did want. So since Saturday, we've been like on a frenzy of trying to plan the trip. When are we going there? When are we coming back? We didn't we don't have money saved up for this trip because this came out of nowhere, as everybody knows. The announcement was like dropped like a month ago. So basically, so here's the recap. We won the tickets, but the money is still in my account. And that was an uneasy feeling to me because it was like I translated the fine print from the Japanese website and it said something of if there's any issues with payment, we might withdraw the tickets entirely. And my partner didn't know that because if I would told him that. So I was carrying that secret on my own. So this morning, 4 days the money was charged from my account. So now I'm at peace and that I think it's beginning to seem like it's real. I'm not sure yet. Okay, that's the introduction that took 1,000 years and I didn't do any of the cooking. If you haven't watched my videos up to this time, you might not know we have a dog. I have a cute little dog. He used to appear in some of my videos because he was a heavy snorer. But since that time, he has undergone surgery. So he's not a heavy snorer. So the next step, because we're doggy parents, was what are we going to do with the dog? Why is the dog a big deal? Obviously, the dog is a big deal because he's amazing. He's awesome. Cute AF. And at the same time, we're going to Japan. In Japan is a nightmare to take animals. Like the process of taking a dog to Japan takes 6 months preparation. So as soon as we actually entered all of the raffles, we looked at what the timeline for that process would be. And we noticed that there was no way we could make it because it took over 6 months, which is really hard because, we moved continents and countries with him because he's like, obviously, he's part of the family. We were like, thinking, who can we trust to leave him with? We are pet sitters. Some of the many hats that we wear is a pet sitter hat. And the idea of having somebody random take care of him for like a week to 2 weeks time was really nerve wracking to say the least. But the universe works these ways, right? The greatest thing was we met some time ago a couple that is from Brazil, and they have a little dog that's called Caramelo, like a sweet treat. And he's like, we know each other really well. They know each other. We've had dinner together. They love Julie. I mean, what's there not to love? But we texted them Sunday and said, guys, we have an upcoming trip and we can't take Julie. So would you mind taking care of him? And let me tell you, it was a long wait. Thankfully, they replied and they said they would love to have him. So Julie is going to be in great hands. I have a part-time job that I'm able to somewhat manage my hours. So that is also into consideration. And then flights. So we found Air China has the best prices regarding tickets. We found the tickets. We were like about to pull the trigger. And the idea is because, like I said, we didn't have like a savings set up for this because we didn't know what was happening. And we didn't even know if we would win, right? We're trying to pay it off in 3 installments because there are some ways with PayPal and like another application that you can pay 3 installments. But when we went through the process with, I think it was booking and about to purchase the tickets, it wouldn't go through with one of my accounts because it would say my card is not a debit card, but like a prepaid card. At least PayPal consider it that way. So since then, what I have processed, like I sat with my feelings and I was like, I think this didn't go through initially, so we could be calmer regarding the tickets being withdrawn from my account, the dog thing being sorted out. And also, I have a friend in Japan. He lent me his address in Japan to be able to book not only the tickets, but also sign up for the fan club. So there's a possibility we can stay some days with him. So I feel like that's the final piece that we have sort of lingering. But at the same time, we don't want to delay being able to, book tickets because it kind of determines the rest of the trip. And I think those are the steps. So my main concern right now would have to be definitely, can we book the tickets right away? If the 3 installments don't work, we need to wait to be able to book the tickets. And if we wait to book the tickets, you know how tickets work, they might go up. I would say that's definitely something that's worrying me. But at the same time, I'm a person that trusts the universe a lot. Like things come your way when they need to come in your life. We also have some other people that live in Japan that we've been in contact with since we initially went there. They live in Osaka. They're not in Tokyo, but still there's people that we could visit. Like there's things that have aligned very carefully for us to be able to be in this position right now. So to me, that is serendipity. Everything is coming into place for us to be able to go there. I am worried, but at the same time, I am trusting. Things will sort themselves out. And at the same time, I am, trying actively to be able to sort things out. So it's not like I'm just sitting there with my hands just, taking a nap. I'm putting things into motion, but at the same time, things need to fall into place. So hopefully they will. We don't know yet. So this is the bread before it goes into the oven. They have chia seeds and vegan cheese, salt, flour, and oil, basically. And then it goes into the oven at a medium high, 10 to 12 minutes. Is this turning into a cooking channel? Maybe. I don't know.